All right, what do we got here?
I've got a United States officer cadet uniform from West Point.
I can't believe they'd actually wear this thing in the summertime. It's all wool and leather.
Well, they make them sweat it out. I've collected for a long time, and now I'm selling this item because I need the money. And the lowest I'll take for it is $3,000.
So how did you come about this?
I purchased this from a military auction about 15 to 18 years ago.
Cool.
One of my favorite antiques is American Militaria. I really like it. I mean, my dad was in the military, and the stuff just really interests me.
It says U.S. Officer Model 1895, blue wool, undressed tunic. It's correct for Model 1902. And it's very, very rare to get them with the original hardware.
When Phil showed me the jacket, I was blown away. I couldn't believe that this jacket was 100 years old and in this great a shape.
It's not just a common uniform by any West Point officer. This uniform belonged to Griswold's.
When he said Griswold, that immediately got my attention. Griswold was the only guy from Nevada that was a general during World War II, and that's huge.
He was the commanding general of the Third Army. He was one of the generals that went into the Philippines, I think Guadalcanal, and you can check it out. And it says Griswold's, and it says 12/17/09. One of his family members contacted me by email to verify that that is his signature.
Yeah, it's neat. I could tell it's real because the iron ink is already beginning to oxidize. That's why it turns that brownish color.
Yes.
That's how you can tell it's old.
Takes years to turn that color. All his other uniforms were donated either to the Smithsonian or to West Point.
I've dealt with a lot of military items in the past, but I've never had anything associated with a general. And anything associated with a general means it's associated with more money.
So how much did you want for it?
I'd probably go 35 on it, unless it's worth more.
3,500?
Yeah.
I'll have to do a little dig and find out what it's worth.
Okay.
This West Point jacket is in great condition, but before I can put an offer on it, I need to have it authenticated. I have a friend that works at the Clark County Museum, and he is an expert on American Militaria.
I'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right, thank you. I welcome the expert's opinion because that's going to help me sell the uniform, and I'm sure he'll agree that it's worth at least $3,500.
Sit down, please.
This is the infamous jacket I told you about.
Ah, yes. I'm looking forward to this. I'm the administrator for the Clark County Museum System, which means I run the 3 museums that are operated by Clark County, Nevada. Now, do you mind if I open these up and take a look? No.
Go ahead.
What's interesting is not just that it's a West Point jacket, but it was a man who made quite a career in the military. He became a lieutenant general, which is quite high in the military, and he was a Nevada native. This is a very unusual thing. As I'm looking at areas like the buttonholes here, the way that those are lined, you know, the way the stitching is done, all of that seems correct to me. This has been added on, and that's probably a later piece. You can see that it's a different kind of fabric. It's not the same fabric as here. It's been added on. Probably the original one got torn. It's not wrong in that it shouldn't be on there. But it's a later addition to the jacket. And this is very typical. When you look at the sleeves, this striped lining, very typical. It's a very typical material at the turn of the century. The wear seems correct. And this would have gotten a lot of wear because in West Point, she would have worn this a lot. I mean, I know what you can do if you want to fake something. I see nothing on here that tells me that that's been done. So if this was offered to me, I would take it for the museum. Looks right to the time period. The insignia is right. The construction is right. The materials are right. I think you've got a very, very nice piece here.
Thank you.
And just a wonderful coat. I've dealt with a lot of uniforms over the years in many museum collections, and it was very nice seeing one that is from that time period in that kind of condition, because it's very good condition, and was right.
So in your personal opinion, what do you think it's worth?
I can speak to whether it's real or not. I can tell you what I know about it, but you know, I can't tell you anything on the value. You can check that on your own.
I've been trying to get prices out of him for years. He won't give them, period. He just tells you if it's real. Okay. And that's why I come and see him.
But
thanks,
thank
man.
you.
I really, really, really appreciate it.
I appreciate you bringing it by. Thank you, Phil, for coming in.
Thank you for taking a look at my uniform.
The moment Mark said it was real, I knew I had to have it. But the question was, how much can I pay for it and still make a profit?
All right, so we know it's real now, so give me my money.
Okay, yeah, well, let's negotiate.
Okay.
Now that we both know the jacket is real, we got to come up with a price. A few days ago, he came in and he wanted $3,500, but I got to get the jacket for much less.
So, hey, man, the big question. What do you want for it?
$8,500. Yeah, well, that's what I want for it, but as far as what's reasonable,
Yeah.
I'd probably go around in the $3,500 price range on it.
It's really, really cool, but it's so hard to price things when there's only one of them.
This jacket is probably one of the most significant historical items you can have in your store. It has a name behind it.
Yeah, I know.
It's a really, really high-end piece. I mean, there's nothing you have here that I've seen that comes close to what this would do for your store to have this kind of quality in your showcase.
I gotta make money, and I just don't know if I can on it. That's the problem. You mean, literally, I think I'd buy it for $1,500.
How about 15 cash and 12 in trade?
That I go 1,500 cash. You know, I mean, I don't mean to beat you up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it just, everything scares me to death. I'm getting 50% of what I was getting for diamonds. I'm getting,
Oh, really?
yeah, I mean, the prices have dropped that much on everything.
Well, give me some trade. Give me something. I want to buy something from your store. Give me 15 cash and 5 trade.
Okay, deal.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
We did get a deal.
we did get a deal. All right, it's cool, because I didn't think we were going to be able to make a deal.
Yep, well, I'm happy with the deal. He bought the jacket, and I got some cash, and I get to go on a shopping spree.
14.
I am really pumped. I bought a jacket that I really love. I know I can make money on it, and I'm really excited.
Hey, how can I help you?
I have a couple rare baseball items here. What I have is John McGraw and Joe DiMaggio. And these are the busts that made the plastic figures, and these were sold in the National Baseball Hall of Fame and ballparks throughout the country in 1963.
This is the mold to make this.
That's correct.
And this is Joe DiMaggio?
That is Joe DiMaggio.
Marilyn Monroe fell in love with that. I'd have had a chance with her.
In your dream, Trick.
I came to the pawn shop today to try to sell my 1963 Hall of Fame bust molds. They were used to make little plastic figures of Joe DiMaggio and John McGraw. I've been collecting sports memorabilia for over 30 years, and I just like to move some of the stuff out.
I mean, the outside of the mold does not look like Joe DiMaggio.
Right. But all the details on the inside, that's where the figure comes from.
Yeah, the way they would do it, this would clamp onto a machine, and there's a vacuum process. They suck all the air out, they shoot hot plastic in,
Okay.
and then when it's still really hot and pliable, they put the vacuum machine on it again, which shrinks this thing down to nothing. They pull it out of the mold, fill it back up with air, and you're done. It hardens just like that,
I was wondering how that would work.
okay? And this is Joe DiMaggio, probably one of the best baseball players of all time. He's got the one record probably no one will ever beat.
Yeah, the 56-game hitting streak in 1941, which still holds up to today.
Yeah.
When it comes to baseball, it doesn't get much better than Joe DiMaggio. He helped the Yankees win 9 World Series.
Plus, he married Marilyn Monroe. This guy was cool. And who is this guy?
That's John McGraw, 1891, the dead ball era.
Was he the guy they called Napoleon?
That's little Napoleon. He was 5'7".
Got kicked out of more games than anyone else in baseball.
Yeah, I believe it's 132 games. He was the most kicked out.
Did you ever see McGraw play?
No. Joe DiMaggio I saw play when television was in its infancy.
Okay, so what do you want to do with all this stuff?
I'd like to sell it. I won $2,200 for both molds, and I'll throw in the Joe DiMaggio bust.
What we have here is not the baseball collectible, it's the thing to make the baseball collectible.
Right.
I mean, there's something here, I just don't know what it is. Let me call a buddy of mine, let me have him come down here and see what he thinks they're worth. Okay, be right back.
Thank you.
Rare items that feature Hall of Famers can go for big money, but it's really hard to price these weird one-of-a-kind items. Sometimes they can be flops, and sometimes they can be huge money, so I have to be sure.
Jeremy, how's it going?
Going good, Rick. How's it going?
What's going on, good buddy?
The guys call me down to the shop whenever they have some sports memorabilia that walks in that they have some questions about. Back in 1963, these would have been made by company Sports Hall of Fame and sold at Cooperstown and other souvenir shops. What we have here, we have 2 great Hall of Famers. We have Joe DiMaggio, who's a Yankee legend, and then a lesser-known but very well-respected Hall of Famer in John McGraw. Most of his fame came from the days he was a manager of the New York Giants. He strung together something like over 2,700 wins, which ranks all-time second behind only Connie Mack. It's because of great Hall of Famers like this that items like this even exist. The molds from this era are very rare to find. They seldomly come up for sale, but every once in a while you do see one pop up. Now, the main thing we want to see here is a mirror image of the stamping of the player name and the company manufacturer. On the finished product, it would appear right side up. And I can see on the inside we have the information, Sports Hall of Fame, and Joe DiMaggio, which is exactly similar to the finished product, how it appears on the plastic. We also have John McGraw, same exact thing. And looking at these, I mean, everything seems to check out, but there's this one thing that's kind of bothering me about them.
Okay.
Do you guys have a ruler?
Yeah.
All right, so what we want to do is just basically measure from the base of the bust to the top. A lot of the fakes I've seen before, they're actually smaller in size and they have a lot less details in them. Okay. All right, so taking into consideration all the details, especially the height of them, these are absolutely good.
That's great to hear. It's a relief.
The original busts are 6 inches tall. The base is about 2 inches and the actual bust itself is about 4 inches. These are good.
So what are they worth?
Being one of a kind, it's a little difficult to pinpoint, but John McGraw, you're looking at maybe around $500, $800. Joe DiMaggio, one of the most famous baseball players of all time, $1,500 to $2,000.
Okay. Is the bust worth anything?
Yeah, around $50.
Okay. Well, thanks, man.
Being that these are one of a kinds, they appeal to a lot of people, but at the end of the day, there's a very small market for something this rare and unique.
So how much do you want for them?
After hearing the expert, $2,200.
No. I'd give you like $1,100 for the pair.
$2,000 would be the lowest I'd go.
Well, then you're going to take them home.
You know, and this happens all the time. People come in and they literally want what I can get out of it. I mean, if I do that, I'm not going to be in business long.
Right, I understand that.
Yeah, 1,200 would be tops, Rick.
It's one of those weird, odd things. I think I can get money out of it, but it's going to sit up for a long time.
$1,500.
Yeah, I'll meet you in the middle at 13. That's the most I can go. It's just, I believe they're going to be a hard sell. They're going to sit for a long time.
I understand that, and I'll take $1,300.
Okay, I'll meet you right up front and we'll do the paperwork.
I'm walking out of the pawn shop today with $1,300, and I'm very happy. It's going to go in my kids' college education fund.
Hey, what's going on, my man? Is Rick here?
Thank God, no. He's actually out getting a quote to repair that golf sign he got in Chattanooga.
Cool. All right. Well, maybe you can help me with this. A Filipino bolo knife from the Insurrection War.
All right. Definitely has some weight to it. You probably chopping up some coconuts with this thing.
Today I brought in a Filipino Insurrection bolo knife. I got this from a connection of mine who got it from an estate sale in Virginia. This knife is really unique because souvenirs from the Philippine Insurrection are very scarce to find. I think I can get $1,000.
Normally I'd call Rick, but he really doesn't want me bugging him right now. It's pretty cool. I don't know too much about it.
And what's really cool about this is it's got an original label here by whoever captured it, stating where this was found and who it was given to.
My insurgent war bolo taken at the Battle of Balintong, Philippine Island, November 21st, 1899 by the 26th Infantry. That's pretty cool.
A lot of people don't know that we were in the Philippines at all. I find it an insurrection war.
Yeah, unfortunate war. We were in the Spanish-American War and it ended. And due to the Treaty of Paris, we got control of the Philippines. But we got there and we weren't really welcomed. They had over 20,000 deaths on their side of the military. We had a little over 4,000. But there was a couple 100,000 civilian deaths, which was pretty sad.
It was definitely a little dark part in American history for sure.
Where did you get this?
Well, this came out of an estate sale.
What are you looking to do with it?
You know, usually bring stuff in here for Rick and he's not here, but I figured $1,000, man. I mean, something like this, it's hard to price. And you can't find, there's no comparables out there.
First off, I don't know too much about it. Normally call someone, but I'm guessing it's probably worth somewhere in maybe like the $500 range.
Yeah, a little more than $500, man. $850.
$500, that's the most I'm gonna give you.
$700. See, now I'm getting hard. Now, see, I've come off so much and you're just not bringing it up enough.
That's, you know, still gonna be a lot.
My wall, $600, that's it. I'm walking. Let's call. You don't want to see it somewhere else and get Rick all mad.
All right, I'll give you 600 bucks for it.
All right, man, you're tough. You're tough, man.
No, you're tough.
All
I'm
right.
gonna get fired for this. I just bought something for what it's probably worth.
No, man, I think you guys are gonna do great with this.
All right.
All right, man, I'll see you up front. In the end, 600 bucks is great. This knife is really unique. I don't know what the true value will be. I'm sure these guys will figure it out and do good with it.
What are you doing?
Wrapping up an item for customers gonna take it home with them.
Okay, chum, that stuff costs money. Stop, stop. It's wrapped.
It's a piece of art.
It's wrapped. What's this?
A Philippine war knife.
Where'd you buy this?
I bought it from Spencer, your dad's buddy.
What'd you pay for it?
600.
Chum, this is worth like maybe 200 bucks.
200 plus about 800. That thing's easily worth $1,000, if not more.
Why?
Because the provenance on it, look at that right there.
Do you even know if it's real?
Taken at the Battle of Balintanga, Philippine Island, November 21st, 1899. It's worth every penny I paid for it and more.
I know it's not worth that.
I'll bet you.
Bet me what, chum? That I'm right? I know I'm right.
I bet you it's worth $600 or more. And if I'm right, you're walking Pinky in a tutu.
Cool, and if I'm right, you're cutting your ponytail off with this thing.
I'd never cut my ponytail off, but I'll accept that bet because I know I'm right.
If you want to make the bet, make the bet. But I'm telling you, it's a bad idea. So you're willing to bet your hair?
Yeah, there's no way I'm wrong. I'll happily bet my ponytail.
You're gonna be losing your hair, man.
Hope they got a tutu in his size.
Chum, you're gonna have to put the jacket back.
That's a good look.
You like it?
I do. You got metal bars on there from the Pacific Theater and the European Theater.
That's because I go to a lot of movies.
Alex, I'm glad you're here.
What's up?
Check out this score I've got. Philippine war knife.
They call this a barong.
Yes, they do.
Me and Chum have a bet. What's it worth?
What's the bet on?
I bought that from your buddy Spencer. He came in and you weren't around.
Yeah, and Chum paid 600 bucks for it.
He thought I overpaid.
It's worth about 300 bucks, right?
Well, these are actually really popular with collectors, but what's really cool is this little label here. The 26th Infantry Regiment, that's when it was formed in the Philippines for the Philippine insurrection. So this is a legendary infantry regiment, a regiment that's still in service today. These guys were in the beginning of World War I. They were some of the first troops in France. Same thing with World War II. They're at the Battle of the Kasserine Pass. And this early date, 1899, I mean, this could have been one of their first battles ever. That totally affects the value. If this were just a barong in this, it's, you know, $500 knife maybe, but with this and tied to the 26th Infantry Regiment, I think it's like, you probably get $1,000 for it.
Damn it.
All right, so what did you guys bet or whatever?
Corey has to walk Pinky in a tutu. I'm gonna go online and order a tutu for Corey right now.
All right, and put the jacket away.
Aye, aye, Captain. Over and out.
I deal with this on a regular basis too, by the way.
Is that your uncle walking you, Pinky?
I know, this is humiliating.
I don't know who looks better in the tutu, you or him.
Come on, let's get this over with. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a walk right there. Wait, turn around, let me get a picture of you guys. Corey, I really think you should get a small dog. What do you think, Rick?
I'm done now.
You know what, Corey? Pinky's not enjoying this walk. It's cool if you finish up now. Just take her back inside.
I can't believe you got him to wear that.
You lost a bet. You know how
I
he
will
is
never
about his
forgive
bets.
you for this, Chum.
He offered me $1,000 to get out of it. Pictures are worth more than $1,000.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a bench and a table. Tell me about this.
I started making these benches in 1999. It's a history of not only the Los Angeles Dodgers, but going back to Brooklyn. And I was commissioned by another major league team to make an autograph bench, and that's where this idea came from.
Yeah, but it looks like garbage. No, seriously, it says Dodgers all over it.
I'm not a Dodgers fan.
The San Francisco Giants.
I'm coming into the pawn shop today to sell my Los Angeles Brooklyn Dodgers autograph baseball bat bench with a matching coffee table. I've slowly collected these autographs and finally have it put together as a whole piece. My goal was for all of these Dodgers to have touched this bench and touched the table. It's almost religious in a way.
All right, that's definitely different.
Dodgers definitely had some good players. What do you got here?
The oldest, this gentleman used to own the Dodgers, Charles Ebbets. That's the centerpiece. There are only 2 of these autographs in existence, and he built Ebbets Field. And then your most famous Dodger is Jackie Robinson.
The Jackie Robinson thing is pretty cool. Usually all you get is like a baseball card or something like that. You rarely get the really large stuff. He signed it then?
He signed back then in 1954.
Okay,
And
that makes it a little cooler too. In 1957, the Dodgers moved to LA after 68 seasons in Brooklyn. And their main rival, the New York Giants, also moved to California. And to this day, there's still a big rivalry between the Dodgers and the Giants. So how many cards and everything do you have?
there are about 170 autographs altogether.
Okay, that includes the bats?
Yes, bats and baseballs.
You know, I mean, one thing you got me massively concerned here, you took all the bats and the balls, you drilled holes in them, which is, as far as a condition thing goes, is not really great, if you understand what I'm saying. And you want to sell all this?
I want to sell the set as one.
Okay, and how much do you want for it?
I want $60,000.
You know, quite frankly, I have no idea if your price is right or not. Let me call up a buddy and have him take a look at this stuff. Let me get an idea from him. I mean, you just have so much stuff here, and I need a little help. So if you don't mind hanging out, I'm going to get him down here. He'll look at everything, and we'll try and figure something out.
Okay,
all right.
Thank you. Hearing that an expert is coming in is going to be a good thing. It will help me understand what the real value is for this piece. It is one of a kind, and it's hard to price something like this.
So we have a Dodgers furniture.
I figured I'd have you take a look at it. It's, he wants a lot of money for him, but there's a lot of stuff here.
Just from what I can see here real quick, this is absolutely fantastic. So what are some of the best pieces we have in here?
Well, Charles Ebbets, I think, is the #1. I found out there was only one other photograph that he had signed, and then Jackie Robinson, that was dated 1954.
Well, just like you said, I mean, by far and away, the best piece in this entire collection has got to be the Charles Ebbets autograph. This is by far the most scarce autograph in the entire collection. Ebbets owned the team in 1900 and opened Ebbets Field in 1912. Being that he passed away in the 20s, I mean, that autograph, especially on a photo like that, is exceedingly rare. On the bottom row right here, there's 6 different cards from the 1955 season that are autographed, 55 being the key year for the Dodgers, their first World Series victory. So this is just one hell of a collection.
I'm assuming I'd have to break this up to sell it.
It'd be a shame to, but it would be incredibly difficult, in my opinion, to find somebody that would be spending, you know, top dollar on something like this. And I mean, I can think of thousands of collectors and fans that would just love to have an authentic autograph, you know, from the 50s of Jackie Robinson. The problem is you're not going to really find too many people that are going to pay a premium so they can have autographs of Wally Moon, Rick Monday, and some of the other Dodgers from, you know, throughout the history of the club.
So, what do you think all this stuff is worth?
Well, the autographs themselves, they all have considerable value. But beyond that, quite honestly, I'm at a loss of words. What you've done here to the bats and the balls, in my industry, it's extremely careless, and quite honestly, it's sacrilegious. You're not supposed to alter, you know, signed memorabilia when you have it. So as far as the value, because of the condition, the fact we have about a ½ inch drilled through the entire section of bats and balls, maybe about 10 to 12,000 is what we're looking at.
Thanks, man, I appreciate it.
You got it, man. Thank you for showing it to me.
Okay.
With sports memorabilia, the one saving grace is no matter what you have, how rare, how unique, how obscure, there's always somebody out there looking to buy it. With this piece in particular, there would be people that would actually pay top dollar to have it, but we're talking about a very limited, very small market out there.
All right, what you got here is really, really neat. It's a great collection, but, I mean, I would have to break this up.
I understand.
When it comes down to making money, that's what you got to do. So, I don't think you're gonna take like $8 grand for all this.
Not at all, no. I have a lot more. I have 3 times that, just in the autographs.
It's a neat set. There's a lot of history. It's really, really cool, but I gotta make money, so thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for looking at it. I'm very surprised by the value the expert is giving me. It's a one-of-a-kind art piece. I know there's a buyer out there that would pay what I want for it, and that's what I'm going for.
Hey, how can I help you?
I've got a historic Rhodes piano I'd like to show you.
Let's check it out.
Good. sure these are off. There you go.
Set it back right here.
These are world famous. People like Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea, Stevie Wonder, a bunch of people have played. And you guys brought in Herbie Hancock and had him play it and sign it. You could put it in the shop and the price would double.
Fortunately, I don't know Herbie Hancock.
The piano is excellent. It'd be really hard to find a better one anywhere unless it never left the case or never left the studio. This is the best of the best that Rhodes made. It's what every professional musician would want to have. They never come on the market, and they stopped production in 1985.
Well, this is definitely rare and unique. Rhodes was a pretty cool company. It started out, it was just the guy Rhodes. You know, he had a radio show, he was a piano instructor, he was in the military, he started making pianos.
These have a unique way of making sound, and then you can put it through guitar pedals and get different effects. And it's really, really cool, the sounds you can make with it.
Okay, well, you seem to know a lot more about this than I do. How much do you want?
I'm trying to get $5,000 for it. It's really hard to price them, to be honest with you, because they are so rare.
It's not hard to believe. Some of this vintage music equipment, it sells for a lot more than even the new stuff, because as the instruments progressed and they started using other pieces and more electronics to create the sounds, they just didn't sound the same as they did.
Right, and very few of these are out there, and these are the ones that the musicians all over the world want.
If you have time, I'd like to call my instrument expert down.
Sure.
He specializes in vintage instruments.
I'm really happy to hear that there's an expert coming in because the price could be anywhere. So I'm just real curious to see where he comes in with.
Hey, Jesse, what's up?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Got a text from Chum saying they had an old Rhodes piano, so figured I'd come down and check it out and see if it's worth anything. This is cool. It's a Rhodes. This is one of those instruments that if you're going for this sound, you kind of got to get one of these. There's a few digital things that have gotten pretty close, but they're still not the same, you know? Rhodes has been used by everybody, dude. Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles. Pretty much anybody that used a piano at one point or another used one of these, especially mid-'70s, late '70s. These were on every stage you could find pretty much.
Okay.
You know? It's the Mark V, which is the last version of this. It has, to a lot of players, the best action out of all the Rhodes pianos. See, I mean, they have their own tone.
Yeah.
Especially the higher register notes. Very sought-after instrument. People still use these today, you know? Radiohead, more contemporary band, they use them. Studios and stuff still like to have these around. It's a sellable piece, and it's in good shape. I'm amazed that all the plastic is still intact. Usually you find these, and these are cracked and broken and beat up. This one's actually in really good shape.
Yeah, I don't think this one is eroded much.
So what kind of value would you put on it?
You know, for a while, these kind of skyrocketed like everything else. Unfortunately, guitars that I was getting $12,000 for in 2006, I'm getting $3,000 for now. It's just kind of the way things went. Today, a realistic selling price, the last couple of these I've seen in this shape, in this condition, I don't see why you couldn't get like $2,500 for it. Maybe a little more.
Okay, well, I think that's all I need to know. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. See you later. It's kind of rare to find these in this kind of condition because most of the time they were being taken out to bars and stuff and getting beat up on, having beers spilt on them and cigarettes put out on them and every other thing. So to find one that's not completely trashed is actually pretty cool.
All right, well, my guy didn't exactly tell me it was worth $5 grand. He's saying maybe I can get $2,500 out of it, maybe a little more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm looking at like $1,200.
I can sell this, honestly, for $2,500 all day long.
I mean, I believe you can. He told me that's what they're worth, so I'm sure
Yeah.
that's what you could get for it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to leave here today with some money in your pocket, you know you're gonna have to go down a little bit because I'm only gonna be able to sell it for $2,500
No,
myself.
I wouldn't take less than $2,500 for it, period.
Okay. That's your bottom price?
That's the bottom price, yeah.
All right, well, unfortunately, you know, I could move up from $1,200 a little, but I can't get to $2,500.
Yeah. I knew that my bottom line before I came here was already $2,500. I would not take a penny less. I wouldn't need to. So, as I say, it's time to pack it up and hit the road and go play another day.
Hey, how can I help you?
I have a 1962 American League All-Star team signed baseball.
Hey, Rick, who's on first?
I'm not going to play that.
Okay.
Play ball! I love baseball. I grew up with it. I watched a lot of games with my dad growing up. I collect a lot of baseball stuff. I really like the rare one-of-a-kind items. I'd like to sell the ball because my wife and I are going out of town for our 10th anniversary. I'd like to get about $2,000 for the ball, but I'd settle for around $800.
So where did you get this?
I bought it from the lady whose husband got it originally signed at the game. Back then, they played 2 games. I think this was signed in Chicago.
So you don't have any paperwork on it?
I don't have any paperwork on it. I've collected for a long time, so I'm pretty confident.
All right. Do you mind if I take it out?
Sure, go ahead.
Like a damn Rubik's Cube. Here, you do it. Oh, okay. All right.
You gotta be smarter than the case, son.
I know. We have... I am not wearing my glasses.
You want me to read it to you?
No. You're not wearing your glasses either.
I don't need them.
Yes, you do. You're supposed to wear your glasses. You're supposed to take your old crazy medicine every morning. It's just American League signed it?
Yep,
No
just
National
American.
League?
Yep.
No Hank Aaron signed or anything like that?
No.
All right. Okay, we have Yogi Berra and Mickey Mantle.
You have Roger Maris on the underside. Here, this is the year after he broke the home run record. He was a 2-time AL MVP.
This is the entire roster?
All 30, yeah.
That's really cool, because being an all-star team, they're only together one day a year. That's a really rare, weird thing. So what do you want to do with it?
I'd like to sell it.
How much you want for it?
Well, I know the Maris single sign balls go for about $2,000, so I figure right around there would be a good price range to start at.
The problem is, it's so hard to price things when there's only one of them. Do you mind if I have someone come in and take a look at it?
No, I'd be glad to have it checked out. Thanks. I'm a little worried about the expert. If this ball turns out to be fake, I'm going to be upset I got taken by a little old lady in Kansas.
Looks like you found a baseball.
1962 All-Star Game, American League.
Very nice, man. The All-Star Game gives fans a great chance to see the best of the AL face off against the best of the National League. Here, specifically in 1962, these are some amazing games. Over the years, the All-Star Games changed tremendously. Back in '62, they actually had 2 different games a month apart from one another. These days, we have the Home Run Derby attached to it, and also the winner of the All-Star Game decides home field advantage for the World Series.
Well, do your magic.
All right, man, let's see who we have on this ball. On the bottom, Hall of Famer, Tigers great Al Kaline. Right above him, another Tiger slugger, Rocky Colavito. And then we go over here to the sweet spot. We have Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle. And on the reverse side, it's a little tough to make out, but we have Roger Maris. If this baseball has all real autographs, man, you're talking a couple $1,000 here.
Wow.
But the one big concern with balls from this era are clubhouse signatures.
Clubhouse signature is basically your nice term for forgery?
Yes, yes and no. By definition, a forgery is it's an attempt to actually fool somebody. With clubhouse signatures, when you have a multi-signed item, they're not meant to fool somebody. They're just not the actual person who signed it.
Okay.
Are the clubhouse signatures, or are they legit?
All right, man. Got a little bit of news for you. And Kaline and Aparicio, 100% good. But right here on the sweet spot, Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, both clubhouse. Very popular Yankees players, both in the Hall of Fame, signed a lot of autographs over the years. I have never seen an autograph of either of them look like that. Now, the main one is Roger Maris. Of all the guys on this baseball, he's the one name you want to see. What you want to look at is the R in Roger and the M in Maris. Now, the R in Roger forms an oval up top, it slants to the right. The M in Maris, it starts off as high as the R, snakes down, and then he brings it right back up about halfway. Okay. Good news for you? This Maris is 100% authentic.
Great.
Bad news, he could not have picked a worse spot to sign it because of the stamping behind it. You're looking at about $600, $800.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Hey, you got it.
Appreciate it. So what do you want for it?
He says worth $600 to $800, so how about $650?
$650 is not going to happen. The problem is I sell the thing and I say these 2 signatures right here, Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra, 2 of the cool signatures on there, they're not exactly real. I'll give you $400 for it.
In my opinion, as a collector, I think the Maris makes the ball, but how about $550?
I'll tell you what, I'll go $450. I won't go a penny more.
All right, what the heck? $450's fine.
All right, we'll do some paperwork.
Okay, thanks.
It may have some clubhouse signatures on it, but $450 for a baseball signed by some of the biggest legends of the game, this is a pretty good score.
What do you have here?
I've got an animatronic hobo and bear.
Does it still work?
It still works, yes.
Okay, so he's basically dangling the fish in front of the bear, and the bear is about to bite his hand off if he doesn't give him that fish.
I'm here at the pawn shop today to try to sell my animatronic hobo and bear. I'm a big collector, especially of just odd and unique type items, but this is the only animatronic piece that I have in my personal collection.
It's actually pretty cool. It still works. The first animatronics started emerging around the 17th century in the form of what we know as cuckoo clocks today. You get up into 1939, the World's Fair. They actually had the first big animatronic feature there, and it was a dog, Sparko the dog. And people came from all over the world to see it. Then comes along Walt Disney. In the 60s, he started to make some animatronics. You know, he was creating Disneyland. He started to take these lifelike animatronics and make rides and attractions with them. People wait in line hours and hours to go through this. People are fascinated with these. Do you know who the maker is?
I was unable to really find like a maker's mark or anything like that on it.
Well, let me take a look inside here. It's pretty basic in here. It's just a wood frame with a small motor. It almost looks like it was built in someone's garage to me. What are you looking to do with it?
I'd like to try to sell it.
And how much are you looking to get?
I was going to ask $20,000 for it.
Whoa. So I do know some of these animatronics go for a lot of money. This thing is very, very cool, but unfortunately, without knowing who made it, it's very hard to price it. So this is something that I would just have to pass on.
Okay.
All right, well, thanks for bringing it in.
All right, it was good to learn more about it.
Have a good day.
You too. He passed on it, so I guess I can bear to keep it a little bit longer.